In the news tonight, GWI employee loses house to fire.
And they have to work, I fired up on the house. By the time I fly and come up here, everything was done.
And remains believed to be those of missing policemen to be sent abroad for DNA testing.
Well, as I said, we had a misstep with the previous acquisition of equipment, but I think within 3-4 months, based on the validation requirements, because you don't want to do a test which will fail in challenges at the courts, 3 to 4 months we would be okay in respect of the DNA at a higher level.
Aaron Greenman is now counting his losses after a fire destroyed his home at 3791 North Rumville this morning. The Guyana Fire Service is still to determine the origin. Greenman, who works with the Guyana Water Inc., said he was at work when he got a call that his house was on fire. He said he lost everything in the blaze.
I leave and go to work. I got a friend to stay here. So, I don't know if he get up and put on any stove or what. There's a small kerosene stove. I had up something. I hold the stove and I go to work. And after work, I fired up on the house. By the time I fly and come up here, everything was done. Is the neighbor see the fire? He had to run out the house. God, this man, he wake up and say, you're feeling good. See him blur. He ain't see him properly from the eye. I said, I go to the doctor. So after then, I hear fire and I fly and come up and copy. And I see the whole place on fire. Everything burned up. Fridge, TV, microwave, generator, everything burned up.
He said he and a friend live at the location. He posited that prior to the fire, he experienced a faulty electrical connection from the GPL pole.
Normally, who I up there, just give feedback and take off the house.
Shut off the current.
I shut it off and the breeze blow it come on back.
So this is why you had a generator?
Well, there's a little generator I buy the other day. And normally I don't work it, I ain't got no connection for connect it up for it work.
How you taking?
Greenman is now contemplating his next move.
I don't know what to do, I don't know what to say. I gotta get somewhere to live.
What's the name of your friend?
The Guyana Fire Service has launched an investigation to ascertain the origin of the fire.
Guyana, ride into the future with the next generation eco-friendly Axiom installed elevators and escalators. Call us today on telephone number 619-0899 or 648-0934. Email us at axiomliftsgy@gmail.com for affordable elevators, escalators, moving walks, industrial lifts, home solutions, modernization, repair, and servicing. Axiom Elevator Services, technology for people on the move.
Running late and can't wait to the gate? We got you. The Guyana Public Service Cooperative Credit Union Limited has introduced a fast and easier way to make payments to your accounts through the GT&T mobile money services. Here's how. Click on the MMG app. Under Services, select Pay Bills. When you are there, look for the Financial Institution option. Once that is done, select Guyana Public Service Cooperative Credit Union Limited to pay your loan or make payments to your savings. Payments to the credit union made easier. GPS CCU, the credit union you can bank on.
Texas Minister of Home Affairs Robson Ben said DNA tests can be done here on home soil. He said new equipment was bought to aid the process, following some missteps with the previous acquisition. However, the minister said that the remains, which are believed to be that of Police Constable Quincy Lewis, which were found at Madwini, will be sent overseas.
New DNA equipment in place. What had occurred was that I think in 2017 or 18, DNA equipment was sourced for the laboratory. It turned out later that it wasn't the most efficacious kind. And the company which supplied that machine went out of existence, or its assets were taken over by another company. When we had it installed and were then ready to use it, we couldn't get the reagents to be able to do any work on the machine. And so we had to rush to start the process of acquiring new equipment. So we have now new equipment, one a rapid test one, which is already operational. The other one is also operational, but it has to go through for a couple of months validation testing in relation to the different types of samples that it would be working on. That machine is more complicated but more efficient in terms of larger batches and the quality of results that it would produce. So that's where we are. It will be tested, but for surety, we are going to send samples because, as I said, we're still in a couple of months of validation testing for the big machine. We'll send those samples to a laboratory overseas, which has a machine of that kind up and running for tests to be done.
The police constable disappeared on June 19, 2020 after he left home for work. He was stationed at the Agricola outpost, but he never got there. The minister feels that within a couple of months, based on the validation requirements, Guyana can be up to par with DNA testing.
Well, as I said, we had a misstep with the previous acquisition of equipment, but I think within 3-4 months, based on the validation requirements, because you don't want to do a test which will fail in challenges at the courts, 3 to 4 months we would be okay in respect of the DNA at a higher level. But that said, the laboratory is working all the time, every day. In fact, we've asked them to work at weekends too. And at some point in time, we'll ask the press to come and take a look.
Ben was speaking with reporters at Ivlery on the sideline of the police officers' conference on Thursday. For these and other stories, do visit us at our website www.rdproductiongy.com.